Okay, this assignment's 2.5a. This is pretty easy, but it relates to what I have that little label for the answers here. I didn't put it down here this time. A gardener is transplanting flowers in a flower bed. She has been working for 2 hours and has transplanted 14 flowers. She has 35 more flowers to transplant. If she works at the same rate, how many hours will it take her? So the units here are hours, but there's also flowers to go along with it. Now I know some of you might be, some of you might be able to find the answer right away. That's not the point, okay? X is hours, Y is flowers, okay? Because times X, so per flowers per hour. Okay, what's the flowers per hour? Well, in 2 hours, she could transplant 14 flowers. Well, 14 divided by 2 is 7. I think that would work. But don't put 7 there just yet, okay? There's a much quicker way to solve the problem. I mean, you can do it that way, but... Now I want to talk about this and why I'm not going to make that line over here, okay? This is why I was making the table earlier. Hours, flowers. Okay. Now, since we don't really have our flowers per hour, at least it wasn't spoon-fed to us in the formula, we don't do 0, 1, 2. We put 0, block it off, and then talk about what we do know. We don't know the flowers per hour. Well, it's easy to find it on this problem. I get it, okay? That's not the point of what I'm trying to get at, though. 2 hours, 14 flowers. That's like an XY coordinate, 214. And then 35 flowers, and I have to find how many hours that's going to take. Now, here's why we're not making the line. If you sat on your butt and didn't work for any hours, how many flowers would get planted? 0. That's a direct variation from yesterday. So that means to actually solve a problem, you can use a proportion. You don't make the line and write the equation. Okay? Now, the appropriate way to set this up is the time goes on bottom, because flowers per hour makes more sense than hours per flower. So 14 is to 2, what 35 is to X, and then I cross multiply and divide, I get 5. Yes, guys, you're not telling me anything you don't already know. I could just take 14 divided by 2, 7 flowers per hour. I got 35 flowers, 35 divided by 7 is 5, okay? I'm not going to fight you if you do that on this assignment. I'm not. You can do it that way. Great. A+, okay? Just explaining something, because we're going to get into assessments where you have multiple story problems, and you didn't know why that line sometimes is not wise to make. I don't know what the flowers per hour, 0, 1, 2, no, so 0, block it off. Instead of going 1, 2, just put 2, 14, and then question mark 35. Okay, bakery sells 10 bagels for $3.69. If the bakery starts selling the bagels in packages of 12 meaning 12 bagels, how much would you expect the bagels to cost? So dollars and bagels. Okay, money's Y. X can't ever be money. X would be bagels. Dollars per bagel. Yes, I'm well aware on this problem you could divide the 369 by 10 to find what a bagel costs. Okay, I'm well aware of that. But maybe we don't need to find that. Let's see. Okay, maybe it's direct, maybe it's proportional, direct variation. X, Y, bagels, and dollars. So I'm not going to do the 0, 1, 2. Okay, I only do the 0, 1, 2 when I know when the rate of change is kind of given to me. 0, block it off, and then I know that 10 bagels cost $3.69. And then I have 12 bagels, and I want to know how much they cost. Now, if I go to a store and don't buy any bagels, pretty sure I'm not going to have to pay any money. So again, that 0, 0 means that line, no, okay? Because there's no initial amount to go at the beginning, because Y is 0. So so it's proportional. If you graph the two units, 0, 0 would be there, so we use a proportion. Now, dollars needs to go up on top because it makes more sense. Dollars per bagel. Dollars bagels. So 369 is with 10, and then 12 is with, you can put just put question mark, or put X if you want. Technically, bagels is, yeah, X. Y, the money's Y. I don't care what letter you put, okay? Heck, you could put a P for all I care, okay? In a proportion. Variable is a variable. 369 times 12 divided by 10. $4.43. Round to the nearest cent so it looks nice, okay? Next one. A portable media player has 2 gigabytes X of storage and can hold 500 songs. Y. A similar but larger media player has 80 gigabytes of storage. How many songs can the larger media player hold? So songs equals. Nope, I'm not going to make that just yet. I'm going to hold off on that. So I've got gigabytes and songs. Now I kind of told you that X is the gigabytes and Y is the songs, because it's going to be songs per gigabyte, because you can fit multiple songs on 1 gigabyte. It's always Y per X, songs per gigabyte. Now you don't know that. Yes, I'm well aware I could divide 500 by 2 and get 250, but maybe I don't really need to do anything with 250. This is why I was making that table in class. So X is the gigabytes, Y is the songs. So since I don't really know my dollars per song at this point, okay, I mean I could find it if I really felt like it, but 0, block it off, and put 2, 500, and then 80, question mark. Now if I don't have any gigabytes of storage, how many songs can I download? Oh, that'd be 0. So it's proportional again. See, on those story problems in the last unit, you can't use a proportion to solve, because that beginning amount of Y throws off your proportion. But now you can. Okay, songs per gigabyte, so SG, SG. So 500 songs to 2 gigabytes, then 80 gigabytes, and then just put S for songs or something. I don't care the letter you use. You can use X even though Y is songs, but it's not going to matter. 500 times 80 divided by 2 is 20,000. So 20,000 right there. 20,000 songs. Now, we're going to use another proportion here. Now, we kind of talked about this in the last unit. 2 out of 5 students take the ACT test. If 20 students take the ACT test, how many students are in the group? Okay. Now, 2/5, and then I want this labeled. The bottom's your total, okay? And then the 2 I have in bold, they took the ACT test, took the ACT. Now, up here, what plus 2 is 5? It's 3. So 3 didn't take the ACT, didn't take. Now, over here. Now, they give me an actual amount. 20 students take the ACT, so that belongs here. So 2 times what's 20? I think it's 10. 3 times 10 is 30. And 5 times 10 is 50. But what's the answer, okay? How many students are in the group? They're not asking me, obviously they're not asking me how many took the ACT. I know it's 20. They're not asking me how many didn't take it. They're asking me how many are in the group. It's 50. 50 students. Okay, 3 out of every 20 people experience migraine headaches. So that's a ratio 3 to 20. Experience migraine headaches. So 20 is the total. That's how a fraction works. And the 3 out of the 20 experienced a migraine headache. Now, what plus 3 is 20? Well, 20 minus 3 is 17, so that'd be 17. Didn't experience a migraine headache. No headache. Just put no headache if you want. Didn't experience migraine. Never had one. Now I see a group of 150 people. Those 50 people, it didn't say they didn't experience a migraine. Okay? It also didn't say they experienced a migraine. That must be our total. Also, I don't like that. Put 160. I don't like that. Put 160. Okay, that's your total. You got to read the problem. It didn't say they didn't experience. It didn't say they experienced. It just says it's a group. So 150, 160. 20 times what's 160? Well, I could divide 160 by 20 and it's 8. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24. 17 times 8 is 136. What's it asking me for? How many people could I expect to have experienced a migraine headache? Well, the experienced migraine headaches is 24. Okay.